Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. A head-on collision between two commuter trains in Denmark has left at least 17 people injured. With 4 in critical condition, Metro.UK reports. The incident occurred shortly before 6:30 a.m. on a track section between Hillerod and Kagerup village. Located 25 miles, 40 kilometers, north of Copenhagen. Photos from the scene reveal extensive damage to the front sections of both trains. Police have declared a major incident, and emergency crews are actively working on site. Gribskov Mayor Trine Ejedved expressed profound shock and conveyed her thoughts to all affected, emphasizing the daily reliance of local residents, workers, and school children on this railway line. Rescue services confirmed that all passengers have been safely evacuated from the trains and the injured have been transported to nearby hospitals. According to UPI, the autopsy report for 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez confirms she died from multiple penetrating injuries to the torso, with her death ruled a homicide. Her decomposing and dismembered body was discovered last summer in the trunk of singer D4VD's Tesla. David Anthony Burke, known as D4VD, was charged Monday with murder, unlawful mutilation of human remains, and continuous sexual abuse of a child under the age of 14. Prosecutors allege Burke invited Celeste, who was reported missing in early 2024, to his Hollywood Hills home in April 2025, and she was never seen again. The medical examiner's office stated that a court order had delayed the release of these findings until now. If convicted, Burke faces severe penalties, including death or life in prison without parole. NBC News reports that 2 people died and 1 was left in critical condition following a chemical release at a manufacturing facility in Institute, Kanawha County, West Virginia on Wednesday. The incident occurred at 9:46 a.m. at Catalyst Refiners, Inc., which produces silver catalyst. During a tank decommissioning process, 2 chemicals, M2000A and nitric acid, were accidentally mixed in a pump area, leading to a violent reaction and explosion. This reaction also produced hydrogen sulfide, a toxic, flammable gas, which instantaneously overcame the workers. Over 30 individuals, including 7 EMS workers, required medical treatment. The deceased were identified as plant workers. The facility, owned by Ames Goldsmith Corp., was already scheduled to close in June, and the incident happened while workers were preparing for its shutdown. Authorities initially issued shelter-in-place orders for nearby schools and closed roads as a precaution, but these orders were later lifted. Governor Patrick Morisi assured the public that there was no known environmental risk to air quality or water supply, and the fumes were contained within one building. Federal and state agencies, including the Department of Environmental Protection and the federal EPA, are now investigating the incident. Extensive wildfires are currently raging across Georgia and Florida, resulting in the destruction of over 50 homes and prompting widespread evacuations. The fires, fueled by persistent drought conditions and strong winds, are spreading rapidly, blanketing vast areas of the southeast with smoke. In Georgia, particularly near the coast, some of the largest blazes have consumed significant acreage, leading to the destruction of numerous residences and forcing hundreds of residents to flee with little to no warning. The state's Forestry Commission has issued a burn ban for the first time in its history due to the extreme dryness. Florida is also experiencing one of its worst fire seasons in decades, with over 130 wildfires reported. Authorities are working to combat the blazes, but gusting winds pose a constant threat of spreading embers. Governors have declared states of emergency in affected regions, and federal grants have been approved to aid firefighting efforts. The long-term impact of these fires on communities and the environment is a growing concern. A 16-year-old boy has died after being discovered unresponsive in his cell at Feltham Young Offender Institute in southwest London. He was rushed to hospital by ambulance, but was tragically pronounced dead just hours later. LBC reports that the teenager's girlfriend has alleged that her boyfriend was severely injured, telling Mail Online, "His body had been beaten to a pulp. He was covered in scuff marks and bruises." She suggested that, while he had a heart condition, she did not believe it was the cause of his death. Scotland Yard has confirmed that the death is being treated as unexpected and that inquiries are ongoing, with a post-mortem examination to be conducted in due course. A spokesperson for the Youth Custody Service expressed sadness at the death and stated that, as with all deaths in custody, the Prisons and Probation Ombudsman will investigate. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.